today's video is going to be my February TBR. I can't believe we're already in the month of February, you guys. Yeah, kind of crazy. So today we are going to be using the newly refreshed TBR jar. I put my old prompts back in here. I basically got through mostly all of the prompts that were in here over the past year and a half. I did do a lot of these prompts last year, so very excited to have the jar refreshed so we can pick out some new ones. So let's get to it. I'm very excited because I've been wanting to film this for this whole week. I actually forgot to film it the last couple of days. You know, so I've been unemployed for like a week now because my seasonal position ended at Apple last Friday. And one of my friends, she's been unemployed for a few months at this point, and she said the same thing that I am now experiencing. You really do forget things when you don't have like a regular schedule anymore. Cause like I should remember to film my TBR video, but for some reason, like, even though I have more time now to do things that I want to do, like film and hang out with my friends and do like relaxing things, I sometimes forget to do what I love, which is film TBR videos. I also forgot to tell my mom if I was going to be home for dinner last night. Like, I don't know, because I went out with my book besties and read with them. So anyway, that's just a little life update. But anyway, so I did get through mostly all of my TBR last month except for 2 books. But I basically read every single book that was on my TBR last month. It's actually January 31st, so it's still January. So yeah, I felt really good about the books that I read in January because I read some books that have been on my TBR for a while. I read a couple of new releases. The only 2 that I didn't read were The Rage of Dragons and The Fires of Vengeance because I did not want to wait for the 3rd book to come out. I had a feeling that it wasn't going to come out in January, so I'm just going to read that later in the year when the 3rd book is announced because people said it ends on like a brutal cliffhanger for the 2nd book. So I really hate like brutal cliffhangers, like drives me crazy. So yeah, but I actually started a new series that's been on my TBR for forever, that I've had since February of 2024. So we're finally reading that. So let's just get started. So we're going to just shake up the prompts and see what we get. By the way, again, the colors don't mean anything because then it makes it a lot more random. I like having more random prompts. So yeah, let's just go ahead and I basically got to every single prompt that I wanted to get to. Okay, I have this one that I wanted to get to in January. So the only one that I didn't do was demons. I pretty much completed every single one. Ooh, okay, vampires. Do I have a vampire book on my TBR? Because I just took off the duology that had vampires in it. Oh, yes, I do. So this one is actually going to be a book club pick. It's on Kindle Unlimited. And I think this is a vampire romantasy. It's like a new release. And this is going to be our February book club pick. Yes. Okay, perfect. And it's We Who Will Die by Stasia Stark. Perfect! Yay! I love when a book club pick goes into a prompt, so it just pushes me even more to read it. I haven't read anything from Stasia Stark. I've been wanting to read this Cruel and Lovely series, but you know, it's 4 books. Like I said, I just started another series that I've been really wanting to read, so this will be my first book by her. And this one says, Roman-inspired world ruled by merciless vampires, filled with breathtaking combat, vengeful gods, and magical creatures. Ooh, okay, yes. Okay. And the vampire standing on her doorstep is about to turn their world upside down. Okay, perfect. Yay. So that's our first prompt. So the ones that I don't have the physical book for, I just put in my little Furby cup. So yeah, I'm going to keep it up here though. Here though. What am I? I'm so New Yorker, I swear to God. Okay, let's go ahead and do the next prompt. Sorry, I'm getting messages. Oh, fuck. Hold on one second. Sorry, I just didn't realize I was going to go to Barnes earlier than I said because my other friend might meet me. So anyway, let's just go ahead and shake up the jar again. But I'm not putting makeup on. I'm just going to put like jeans and another sweater on when I leave. But I might just go with her because we were just going to go to Barnes and read, and I just have to get gas because I am going to be out all day tomorrow because I have 2 things to go to tomorrow. So anyway, let's see what the next prompt says. Okay, YA fantasy. That is perfect because I do have a YA fantasy that I'm currently reading right now. I don't think there's any other YA fantasies on my... let me see. Hold on. I don't think I have any other YA fantasy on my TBR. No, I don't. So that's perfect because if I got this prompt, and I had a feeling I was going to get this prompt. I'm like, if I get this, or if I get a series, or a book I've been putting off, or series I've been putting off, or whatever, I might throw on some makeup before I leave. I just want to finish filming this. It'll only take me a half hour, and then I can just throw on a no makeup look and my clothes, and then leave the house. Okay, YA fantasy. It's the book that I'm currently reading right now. So, like I said, I did start this book finally, and I'm going to be reading this series now, and that is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. This book has been, and this series has been on my TBR, like I said, since February of 2024. And I started it last night because I finished the arc that I was reading, because I did end the month with reading an arc that I was really excited to read that doesn't even come out until April, but I fucking loved it. It made me cry. It made me laugh. I don't know. It was just so fucking good. So anyway, I'm on chapter 8, page 76. So I'm not that far into it, but so far I'm getting like serious like Hunger Game vibes, but like they just started like some of the magic system, and it's really good so far. I'm really enjoying it. So, but a lot of people said that the first book is like the best out of the series, but we'll see as we continue. So yay. Let me put the prompt in there. I'm going to take it right back out though, because I'm going to bring this book with me to read later, but it's fine. We'll put it in here for now so we can finish the TBR video. Okay. Let's go ahead and pick out the third one. I might just pick out the prompts right now and then say what the rest of the books that I want to read later. Let's just do this, you know? I don't know why I worry so much. I might not take as long to pick out prompts then. Okay, anyway, let's go ahead and pick the third one. But that series, like, it's been compared to Copy Powerless, which is so fucking stupid because... I don't know why I didn't mention this. I have a prompt in my hand. We'll get to that in a second. People have been saying that this has copied Powerless, but this was out way before Powerless even came out. Powerless came out in 2024. This book came out like... I don't know when this was published. It doesn't say it on the back. It should say it in the front. It was probably over at least 7 or 8 years ago, I'm guessing. It says published 2015. That's 10 years ago, dude. Okay. So, yeah, that's ridiculous that people keep on thinking that she copied Powerless, because it's like, no, more like she copied it. Lauren Roberts. Okay, the next one is Goddess or Mythology. I think I do have one. It's technically the next book in a series because I'm definitely 100% reading it because this is a new release that I'm very excited for that I'm reading in February. I don't think anything else fits this prompt. Let's see. Hold on. Oh my god, I can't spell. Let me just see. Mm, there are gods in this though, but it takes place mostly in the like underworld. Well, from demonology and underworld lore. I guess you could count it as that because it is, basically based on the underworld, and underworld is Greek and Roman mythology. So I am going to count this as the book for this prompt. Again, I don't own it, obviously, because it's not out yet. It doesn't come out until February 10th, but it's going to be the one that I read for this. And it's going to be the third book in Carrie Maniscalco's Prince of Sin series, and that is Throne of Nightmares. I'm so excited for this book. I didn't really like the second one that much. The first book, Throne of the Fallen, is my all-time favorite romantasy book. It's like the only 6-star romantasy that I've ever read so far. I still haven't found a new 6-star one. I have a lot of favorite like romantasy ones, but I still haven't found a new one. So anyway, this one is based on the Prince of Sloth. But again, I didn't really like the second one that much, but I still want to continue the series because I really love Carrie Maniscalco's writing. It's not like, again, This Woven Kingdom. I'm so excited to read this. So again, it comes out February 10th, and I'm very excited to read it. How many times do I have to say I'm excited? Okay, let's go with the third. Well, actually, I think this is our fourth prompt. Okay, let's try and get another physical book. But, this has been going well because I have a lot of prompts in the jar, so I've actually been picking good prompts because that's what happens when you actually, refresh the jar. Okay, let's pick from over here. Okay, this is the first one that I touched. Okay, let's see what this one says. Ooh, 5-star prediction. I think I know exactly which one I want to go with this one. Yeah. And, well, there could be one of two. And they've both been on my TBR for a while. So it's either going to be... I think I'm just going to pick this one, honestly. Because I do think that the other one that I really want to read, though, would be a 5-star prediction. So let me just pull them both out, and then I'll tell you why. So the first one is Kristen Hanna's The Great Alone. I am trying to work through Kristen Hanna's, more popular books. I just read The Women in January, so I finally picked up another one of her books. And I'm actually currently watching the Firefly Lane show on Netflix because that's my favorite Kristen Hanna book. It's devastating. It's so sad. That's why I delayed picking up one of her books until this month again, because I read Firefly Lane back in June of 2025. But The Women didn't really make me cry as much. But everybody's telling me to read this book in the wintertime. So, and I really did want to read it in the wintertime. So this is going to be my next Kristen Hanna book. I think I'm going to pick this one. So I definitely think that this could be a strong 5-star contender. I mean, I've given all of her books 5 stars at this point. So I don't think this is going to be any different. And then the other one that would have been a big contender was All the Colors of the Dark by Chris Whitaker. But I've also never read his books before. But I really do want to read this too because Felicia wants me to read both of these at some point. She was talking about both of these yesterday when we went to Barnes. Yeah, I think I'm going to pick The Great Alone though because I already know that I feel like that this is going to be a 5-star. So yeah, we're just going to put this in. At least we got another physical book. And we're going to put that up here. Okay, cool. I feel really good about that. Let me just put it up a little bit more and let's put this back. We'll try and fit this for another prompt. Okay, prompt number 5. I think I'm going to do 8 like I usually do. So let's go ahead and shake it up again. And let's see what we get this time. I'm not really going to say what they're about. I'll say it later because I can just film the rest later after I pick the prompts. Okay, so we got this yellow one. I didn't even, close my eyes this time. Oh, well. Oh, this would have been perfect for Throne of Nightmares, but Okay, let's see. We have dark fantasy romance. Okay, so like a dark romantasy. I don't think Red City is dark romantasy. I think it's like more fantasy based, not really romantasy. Let's see if this one is. Because this is a new release too. Yes. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. We are slaying these prompts. Okay. So there's another new release coming out. It's not technically a new release. It's just getting traditionally published in February. But a lot of people have been talking about this book. I don't know why, again, it's not even on my want to read. So for this prompt, we're going to be reading Air of Illusion by Madeline Taylor. I actually have no idea what this book is about. But again, a lot of people have been talking about reading the arc and stuff. And this one also comes out on February 10th, the same day as Throne of Nightmares, but there's no way I'm not going to be reading Throne of Nightmares. I'll probably even drop being in the middle of Red Queen just to read Throne of Nightmares and then finish Red Queen after that, because there's no way I'm not reading that book on the day it comes out. So this one says, an alliance between enemies, a weapon of untold power, and a bond that could rewrite fate. Fall into the viral popular dark romantasy everyone is reading, a fate assassin with the power of illusion, sworn to a king she despises, an enigmatic grim reaper searching for freedom. Ooh. Enemies collide in an unlikely alliance, brimming with desire and destruction. She is not the pet they tamed, blessed with the power of illusion. Iverson Pomeroy, that's a very interesting name, has many tricks up her sleeve. However, none of them are a match for the enchanted collar at her throat that keeps her bound as assassin and mistress to a ruthless king. Okay, we're definitely reading that. That sounds so good. Okay, cool. Cool. I'm very proud of myself with these prompts. Okay, that's 5. Let's try and get another physical book on the TBR. Maybe we can get 4 and 4 for each prompt. So let's see. Because quite a bit of these I'm going to get on Kindle Unlimited or from Libby. Because I'm really trying not to buy more physical books right now, even though I just bought another physical book yesterday, but we'll get to that. Okay. All right, let's pick from here. All right, we got this blue, well, no, gray one. Thought it was blue. Ooh, okay. Current fave author. I don't really have a current fave author at the current moment. How many times can I say current? Let's pick one more, because, I mean, I could say Kristen Hanna, but I already picked it for another prompt. Okay, we got another gray one. Let's see what this one says. Book I just bought. Okay, we'll do that one, because I don't really have, one that would fit the current fave author prompt, which is funny, because, like, my current fave author is Peyton Curran, because the book I just read by her was Unbound, which is the arc that comes out in April. It's the 3rd book in the the Undone series. The first book is Unsteady. The second book is Unloved. And I loved, this was definitely my favorite book that I've read by her, but also my favorite book that I read, my favorite romance that I read, and also my favorite romance that I read since July. Can I finish a thought? I haven't had a 5-star romance since July, okay? So, anyway, so we're going to go with the one, obviously, I just bought this book yesterday, which is so funny, because I was thinking about not buying any books yesterday, but I went with my 2 book besties, and what's so funny about this one is that I made a joke about it when, I just want something, like, mindless and, like, a palette cleanser at some point. This is, like, a little bit, almost 400 pages, and since February's Valentine's Day month, I thought this would be perfect to read during Valentine's Day. And basically, I made a joke about this to Felicia, and I was like, look, Felicia, it's our next buddy read, and she's like, she thought I was being serious when I wasn't. Oh my god. And what's so funny is that our other book bestie, she likes reading more, like, dark romance / like, a little bit smuttier books. And what's so funny is that when we... Oh, my fucking God. This is driving me insane already. Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh, my God. is that when we went back to the romance section, she actually picked it up and she's like, I think I'm going to buy this. And I was like, oh, really? I was like, I was just joking before, but she's like, no, I'm going to buy it. And I'm like, okay, I'm buying it too then. So it's called Dom-Com by Adriana Anders. And I've never heard of this book. I think it just came out. And, it's probably, like because it's, Valentine's Day month. I think it just came out, yeah, the 27th. So it is a new release as well. So we're going to be reading this. I haven't even read the synopsis yet. It says, all Ray Jensen has to do is walk through the door. Inside the club is everything she's wanted but was afraid to ask for. A ridiculously hot, brooding Dom with a sharp jawline, sexy forearms, and a low voice that sends goosebumps along her skin when he says, people call me General. For one night, she can forget the stress and her endless responsibilities and just be a saucy little sub, no questions asked. Okay, it's going to be smutty, so I'm kind of in the mood for that, so we're going to put this one on the TBR too. Because, sometimes we just need mindless books. We're putting it right next to The Great Alone, a literal masterpiece and then a smutty, fun, good time. So, because again, we don't have to read all literary masterpieces. We can read fun books too. What's the point of reading if you're not having fun or being emotionally devastated? So, we need a range, okay, guys? All right, so that was, I think, is that 6 or 7? Because I already can't remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we have 2 more to pick. Okay, let's see what the next one is. This is so fun, actually having, like, paper in the jar. Okay, let's pick from here. Okay, I have this one. I have 2, but I grabbed this one. Why am I still closing my eyes when I already picked it? All right, let's see what this one says. This might be a newer one. This one says Coffee House Vibes. I don't think any of these fit the prompt because I'm not really reading cozy stuff this month. They're more like high fantasy / like thrillers / like more devastating books. I'm not going to shake it up again. I'm just going to pick something else. I'm going to pick it from here. Okay, we have this one. Okay, we have a pink one. I don't think I picked any other pink ones in this video. Okay, what does this one say? Books on my Goodreads want to read list. I mean, all these books are on my Goodreads want to read list. So I'm just going to pick, yeah. I mean, I don't even know why I have this prompt anymore because, again, all these books are on my want to read list. But we're going to pick a physical book then because I have to read my physical books. So I think we're going to do this one because a lot of people are reading this book right now and I really want to read it this month. And that is The Everlasting by Alex E. Harrow. What's bad is that I haven't read Once and Future Witches yet by Alex E. Harrow. So these are the 2 books that I own by her. And for some reason, I've just never gotten to this book. I probably should read this one over The Everlasting, but I really want to see what all the hype is about with this one. And also, it's very short. It's like, I think it's like, I mean, I could pick this as a book for under 300 pages, but who knows if I'm going to get that prompt. I think it's only 299 pages. No. Never mind. It's 309. Yeah, it's really short. So let me just see what it's about. It says, Sir Una Everlasting was history's greatest hero, a lost girl who would draw a sword from the heartwood and become a legend. The knight's epic feats were rivaled only by her tragic fate, a sacrifice that saved a queen and built an empire. Ooh. Centuries later, Owen Mallory has dedicated his life to Una Everlasting, abandoning a promising scholarly career to defend his country. He comes home from war broken and weary until... He comes home from war broken and weary until he finds a reason to live in the pages of a mysterious book. Okay, sounds so good. I'm so excited to read this one. So we're just going to put that here. And then we're just going to go ahead and pick the last prompt. I didn't put this with this. Hold on one second. Okay, excuse me. All right, let's go ahead and see what the last prompt is going to be. I feel like I'm on a roll, though. I kind of want to pick one, like 10, because I've been doing really good about sticking to my TBR the past couple months, honestly. And especially when the jar is this full, it's fun to pick more, but it's okay. All right, let's see. Let's pick from here. All right, we have this one. We have a yellow one. This one was already unfolded, so let's close it and then open it again so we can see what it is. Okay, if I could open it. Okay. 5-star on Goodreads. I think this is, so I have to scroll to see what the last 5 stars somebody put up. Or whoever rated a book 5 stars on my feed. So we'll see if it's on my TBR for this month. This might take a little while to find. So let's see. I actually really like this prompt. I haven't done this in so long because I think that these are nonfiction. Don't think that this is because I did find a 5-star, but I don't think this is I don't know what that is, so we're just gonna keep on scrolling because don't think I want to read that. So there was one that we found. This one's the second book in the series, so we can't read that. Okay, we will find one. Let's see. That was weird. Like, I've never heard of this book that was a 5-star, that somebody rated a 5-star. It's like this spin-off of, like, Wizard of Oz. That's a non-fic, so no. I don't have that book because it's not out yet. That's the one that I saw this morning that I've talked to this girl a couple times on Goodreads. She reads a lot of ARCs. All right, let's see. I think I found more 5 stars yesterday. But she just rated this author's new book 5 stars, but it's not out until May. And me and Felicia are actually going to read her debut novel, which is The Bright Years. I forget her name, but we're reading that in February. All right, let me see. Let me see if I can find one. I'm not going to sit here and scroll forever. Just give me a second. Hey guys, so we're back to finish filming my TBR. I went to go meet my book bestie Felicia, and we went to read at Barnes. I read like 35 pages of Red Queen. I didn't read that much, but at least I read, so I'll read more tonight after dinner. So I'm going to see if we can find something for the prompt that we pulled before for 5 stars on Goodreads, because it's been a couple of hours at this point. I might just delete the last clip that I had. Honestly, no. Okay, that one is not 5 stars for them. So let's see if we can find it on here. That's the 6th book in a series, so no. That's the, what's it called? Fragile Sanctuary series, so I can't read that because it's the last book. All right, let's see if we can find at least one. If not, then I'm just gonna, again, pick another prompt. I might delete the last clip that I was trying to find a 5-star on Goodreads. But I really do want to see if I can find one. I mean, I did, but again, they're like no books that I've even heard of before. And the point is to get through my physical TBR. So, like, I know some people do that. Literally, this is from 2 hours ago, so it's still, like, hasn't really been updated that much for the feed. 5 stars to Caught Up, which is the 3rd book in the Windy City series, which I haven't read yet. Alright, we're going to scroll a little bit more. And if not, then, yeah, that's the same update that I saw from earlier. Because it hasn't even been that long, and it looks like no one really updated anything. I really wanted to do this prompt. It's a hard one sometimes, though. This is the only one I see, and I'm not freaking reading this. Like, I don't even know what this is. I've never heard of this book before in my life. Maybe I'll just, you know, we're not going to scroll anymore. I'm just going to put a book on my TBR that I know that a certain YouTuber that I watch just gave this book 5 stars. So, and it is a new release, and it literally came out, I think, like a couple weeks ago. It came out January 20th. It literally came out a week ago, or like 10 days ago. And that is The Poet Empress by Shen Tao, sorry, not Sean. And Jamie Folk just read this, and she gave it a 5 stars. She read, like, The Ark, like, a few weeks ago, and I know she rated it 5. So, it is a 4.5 on Goodreads, so we're just gonna go with that, because that's what I was thinking about doing anyway, if I couldn't find something that, you know, that was gonna be a potential 5 star, or something that, you know, that wasn't listed on my Goodreads feed. So, and actually one of my book besties from YouTube, Monica's reading The Poet Empress right now. So, we're just going to go with this one because it's on my TBR for this month too. And it's on Kindle Unlimited. So, this one says, in the waning years of the Azalea dynasty, the emperor is dying. The land consumed by famine and poetry magic lost to all except the powerful. Wei Yin is desperate. After the 5th death of a sibling, with her family and village on the brink of starvation, she will do anything to save those she loves, even offer herself as concubine to their cruel heir of the beautiful and brutal Azalea house. But in a twist of fate, the palace stands on a knife edge of civil war with Wei trapped in its center at the side of a violent price. To survive, Wei must harden her heart, rely on her wit, and become dangerous herself, even if it means becoming a poet in a world where women are forbidden to read and composing the most powerful spell of all. Wow, okay, that sounds really good. So let me just bring up her page real quick. I'm going to delete the other clips of me trying to find a book from before. Just wanted to let you know I couldn't find any that were remotely on my want to read list, or that weren't like a 2nd or 3rd book or final book in a series. So yeah, let me just show you guys where she rated it 5 stars. Yeah, she rated it 5 stars right here on the bottom. That, you can't even see it because it's so fucking bright. Maybe you can see it now. Yeah, right here. Okay, so we're reading that. Cool. All right, I kind of want to pull, I think we did pull 8. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Unless it was the YA fantasy one. I don't even know where the hell I put that. Oh my god, Jesus. Vampires, 5 star on Goodreads. And dark fantasy, romance, goddess, mythology, fantasy. Okay, so I think we're going to try and pull 2 more. Why the fuck not? Because we're trying to get through my physical TBR more on this card. So let's see what we can pull. If not, then we'll just say what's on the rest of my TBR for this month. Okay, let's go ahead and pick another one. I usually do 6 to 8. Oh, this one, you know what? This was already on my finger. We have 2. Let's go with the one that's actually on my finger right here. Okay, so we have Give Author Another Chance. I do have, this is a good prompt. I forgot about this prompt because I did it, like, completed it, like, last week. Actually, I don't have one by this author because I gave her another chance last year, actually, for Christmas. Because I read Good Spirits by B.K. Borison, and I didn't think I was going to read any more of her books because I really didn't like. I really did not like First Time Caller and Love Like Farms, but I really liked Good Spirits, so there's really no other. Why we keep on picking prompts that I can't really do for this month? There's not really another. The only author that I have the only authors that I've read from that are on this list this month, because I'm reading a lot of new authors to me this month, is Kristen Hanna and Carrie Maniscalco. That's it. All the other authors are new to me. And Alice Feeney. But I'm going to read Alice Feeney's books because I like her writing a lot, so she doesn't count. Alright, let's try again. Out of all these prompts, dude. Alright, let's actually mix it up this time. I'm just, like, crazy sometimes. Alright, let's see. Let's, like, really mix it up and see where we want to pick from. Let's just be, like, really random. Okay, let's pick this one. Let's see. My pick. Okay. That one we can always do. Alright, so we're going to go with this one because I've been wanting to read this since it came out. And that is Red City by Mary Lou. This, like, the free pick one is perfect, so I'm glad that I picked another one. Even though it took, like, 4 prompts to pick before we actually got to this one. But, hey, like I said, it's my TBR. This book has been pretty much everywhere, and a lot of people are giving this 5 stars as well, but I could have also picked this as a recent 5-star on Goodreads because Jamie Folk did also give this book 5 stars, but I think The Poet Empress is more recent for her, possibly. Yeah, Poet Empress she read more recently, so that's why I'm going to stick with that one. But yeah, we're going to read this. I've been really intrigued to see what this one is and all the hype is about. It says, when you win the game of power, who do you lose? Alchemy is the hidden art of transformation. An exclusive power wielded by crime syndicates that market it to the world's elites in the form of sand, a drug that enhances those who take it into a more perfect version of themselves. More beautiful, more charismatic, simply more. So that's all I'm going to read. I know I said before I wasn't going to read the synopsises for these books, but here I am reading the synopsises because I haven't really read half of them. I just pick up books that people are talking about. So yeah, my free pick is going to be Red City. And let's see if we can do one more, because sometimes there's like easier prompts in the jar, like book that has an odd number of pages, book has an even number of pages, book under 300 pages, you know, stuff like that. So it's not like as much pressure on what I like, and it's more so like I can, you know, actually read what's on my TBR or possibly like mood read, because I even have like a mood read prompt on here too. So yeah, let's pick one more to make it an even 10. Okay, let's see. We're gonna pick from the center. I haven't really done that. Alright, let's pick this one. I don't know where that was from, actually. Oh, we have 2. Well, I'm touching the blue one, so we're gonna do that one. Okay. This one says, repeat author. Alright, so we know which one that's gonna be, because I really want to read this one because it's a Netflix series, and this is the next book that I want to read by Alice Feeney. So it's great, because, like I said, we had 3 repeat authors on my want to read. It's not even on my want to read on Goodreads, so I don't know why I do that all the time. But the one I'm going to pick for this one is Alice Feeney's His and Hers. I really want to read this because I really want to watch the show. So I really want to read the book first. There's some that I don't want to watch the show. Read the book first because there's quite a few book adaptations on Netflix that I haven't read the book first that I might not. But I really want to read this one because everybody's watching this right now. So I really want to read this book. I usually don't read Alice Feeney's books as close together because I usually just read her new releases. Like I said, the first book I read, well, actually, I'm lying. I did the same thing last year. I read Rock, Paper, Scissors as my first book by her in January of 2025. And then I read her new release, Beautiful Ugly, in like February or March. So since I just read My Husband's Wife, that was her new release that came out, I think, the third week of January. And then this one, I'm going to read in February. So I think that's really funny. So, meant to be. This one says, there are two sides to every story, yours and mine, ours and theirs, his and hers. Which means someone is always lying. When a woman is murdered in Blackdown, a quintessentially British village, news writer Anna Andrews is reluctant, can I speak, to cover the case. Detective Jack Harper is suspicious of her involvement until he becomes a suspect in his own murder investigation. Juicy. Someone isn't telling the truth, and some secrets are worth killing to keep. Yep. Cool. That was a really short synopsis. All right, so we have 10, and I'm feeling really good about those. I'm glad we got exactly half and half. We got 5 physical books and 5 Kindle reads. So I think that's great. So we're just going to go through the picks really quick. And yeah, and then we'll go through the rest of my TBR. Let's go through the books that I picked for the prompts for the physical books. So we have YA Fantasy, which is Red Queen, and like I said, I already started this, by Victoria Aveyard. We have book I just bought, which is Dom-Com by Adriana Anders. I actually just got another one just now, but since this was already filmed and I already picked this for this prompt, we're going to stick with this one because that was my most recent book that I bought yesterday, but technically I could say this one that I bought an hour ago, but yeah, we had already picked it. That was the most recent book that I bought. We're sticking to it. And then the next one is 5-star prediction, which is going to be The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. Very excited for that one. Then we have book on my want to read list on Goodreads, which is pretty much every single book on this cart, which is The Everlasting by Alex E. Haro. And then the last one is free pick, which is Red City by Mary Lou. So very excited about these. And then the rest in my TBR cup. I'm pretty sure I picked 5. Yes, I did. Why do I do this like the most complicated way ever? So we have 5-star on Goodreads, which is The Poet Empress. Why did I forget who the author's name is? I think it's Shen Yu, right? Poet. Oh my god, my hair. The Poet Empress. I had no idea Monica was reading it. Shen Tao, sorry. So 5-star on Goodreads. We have repeat author, which is His and Hers by Alice Feeney. We have dark fantasy, romance. Which one was that? I think that's Air of Illusion, right? Air of Illusion by, what's her name again? Oh my god, my hair! It's freezing on the floor right now. I might have to move to the desk because I'm so cold right now. It's a lot colder than earlier. Madeline Taylor. And then we have Vampires, which is We Who Will Die by Stasia Stark. And then we have Goddess Mythology Fantasy, which is Throne of Nightmares by Carrie Maniscalco. Awesome. Yay. Okay. So those are all the books that we're reading in February from the TBR prompts. So I'm very happy with that selection. So let's put these back really quick. And now we're just going to go through the rest of the books that are on my TBR. I didn't put the whole series on here of Red Queen because it takes up a lot less space. I'm just going to read them as I take them off my shelf instead of moving the whole series because I don't have to, because it's on like a separate shelf, not on my bookcase. It's on like my desk shelves. My desk bookshelves. Cool. Okay, so let's go through the rest of the new releases, which again, it was Throne of Nightmares and Air of Illusion, both come out on February 10th. And then, was there another one that I added? Domcom comes out, just came out. Wait, never mind. That doesn't count in February. It just came out, obviously. Duh. And then I think there's just 2 other ones that I want to mention. I do want to read this one. Oh my god, can I type? Oh, you know what? It came up already. Okay. This book's getting a lot of hype. It has an extremely high rating on Goodreads, and I really want to read this. I mean, it only has a little over 200 ratings so far, and it's called... Why is this so blurry again? A Stage Set for Villains by Shannon J. Spahn. Can I finish a freaking word? And this one comes out February 3rd, so it comes out really soon. It comes out in 4 days. This one says, the gods are dead. All that's left are the players. The performers, could have used this for Greek, for like mythology. I mean, because it's about gods, but it's fine. All that's left are the players. The performers of the playhouse are as worshipped as they are feared. Their enchanting shows bending hearts, minds, and even reality itself. Vicious, godlike, and lethal. 18-year-old Riven Hesper knows the dangers better than anyone after her own encounter with a player resulted in a curse that is slowly killing her. When the Playhouse announces the spectacle of a lifetime, a chance for one mortal to steal a player's immortality, Riven sees her last chance to live. Desperate for answers, she infiltrates the competition. There she finds Jude, the Playhouse's brilliant, merciless lead player, whose charm is as dangerous as his craft, and strikes a deadly bargain to save her life. Ooh, it sounds so good. But with time running out and the Playhouse's secrets unraveling into a disturbing picture, Riven faces a grim possibility. She might not be the hero of her story after all, in fact. She may be the villain. Because the Playhouse doesn't just tell stories, it rewrites them. And Riven's might end in blood. Caraval meets One Dark Window, which I've read both, and I loved both of them, so awesome. I think I'm really going to like that one. And then the other new release is probably one I'm not going to read, because honestly, I really didn't like the first one that much. I was getting 5-star feelings about it, and I just saw that Larry Reed's read this, and it was First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. I already mentioned that I tried to give her a second chance with Good Spirits, and now I've read 3 books by her, and that was my favorite book by her. But I don't know, I'm not like dying to pick this up. It's called And Now Back to You, and this is the second book in the Heartstrings series, and this one comes out February 24th. So I just wanted to mention that it's coming out soon. If you want to read it, go right ahead, but I'm probably not going to. Okay, then we only have, I think, like 2 more books to talk about. Oh, 3 more books to talk about, and that's it. 4 more books. Okay, so we don't have that many more to talk about. Okay, the rest of them are ones that have been on my TBR for a little while. So since January and February this year are not too packed with new releases, even though there is one more that I'm thinking about reading, actually. Hold on, there's one more that's coming out soon. Let me mention that one too. This one is coming out February 3rd as well, but they were putting it out at my Barnes today, so I could have gotten it early, but I'm not going to read it before it comes out. It's called Stolen Midnights by Catherine Quinn, so this is a new release for February as well. And this one says, to To kill a shadow will still your heart. Set in on delay, a world where the ruling fates bestow gifts among the favored. A thief must join forces with the palace darling after he unwittingly steals a necklace with the power to change everything. That's all I'm going to say because I'm not going to read the whole synopsis, but it sounds really good. I'm just going to add it down here to my new releases, but we'll see if I read it or not. I might add that one over another book, but we'll see. I'm just going to put it on the list, but I'm not going to put it in my TBR quite yet. Okay. Then there are 3. Let's just talk about me and Felicia's buddy read, and then I have 2 more physical books to talk about, and I think that is it. Then we're done. Yeah, that's it. Yes, okay. So me and Felicia's buddy read, like I said before, we really want to read this because it's been really popular. I didn't realize it came out back in spring, summer of last year. I thought it came out later last year. It came out April of 2025, and it's called The Bright Years by Sarah Damoff. So me and her are going to be reading this. Actually, 2 of the books. I forgot I have one other book that I need to talk about that's on Kindle Unlimited, so that's going to be a Kindle one. Oh my god. Why does it say I rated this? Huh? I hate that. I don't know why Goodreads does this. It makes no fucking sense. It better not prevent me from, rating it after I read it. I don't know why it does that. I was never able to rate Fake Skating by Lynn Painter for some reason. It never let me rate it. Makes no fucking sense. But anyway, so me and Felicia are going to be reading this, and it says, 1 family, 4 generations, a secret son, a devastating addiction. A Texas family is met with losses and surprises of inheritance, but they're unable to shake the pullback toward each other. In this big-hearted family saga, perfect for readers, blah, blah, blah. Ryan and Lillian Bright are deeply in love, recently married and now parents to a baby girl, Georgette. But Lillian has a son she hasn't told Ryan about, and Ryan has an alcohol addiction he hasn't told Lillian about. Oh, damn. So Georgette comes of age watching their marriage rise and fall. Okay, I'm very excited for that one. I'm not going to read any more than that. Because I don't want to be spoiled. And then the last one that's a Kindle read, because The Bright Years is on Libby, so I'm just going to borrow it from Libby. From the last time I saw it was available, because I was going to read The River is Waiting, but I keep on pushing it back, because I just haven't gotten to it yet. So it's just going to have to wait. Now there's a hold. All right, well, I'm going to have to put a hold on it then. It says 3 weeks. That's not bad. Oh, the audiobook is going to be available before the ebook. Okay, so I just put a hold on it today, so I'm going to read that from the library. Okay, and then the last one that's on Kindle Unlimited, we just added this as a thriller that we want to read in February. So this is me and Felicia's other buddy read, and we kind of want to read more thrillers, so that's why I put 3 thrillers on my TBR for this month, because I'm in a big thriller mood right now, which I usually am around the beginning of the year in the winter time because all the big thrillers come out, but this is a bit of an older one. Oh, it came out last February, so it's only a year old, and that is A Killing Cold by Kate Alice Marshall. Just want to read a good snowed-in thriller, and this one's been high on my list for a while. So I was like, you know what? I want to read this. So it says, a woman invited to her wealthy fiance's family retreat realizes they are hiding a terrible secret and that she's been there before, but by the best-selling... Oh, never mind. Oh my god. She's been there before. A whirlwind romance when Theodora Scott met Connor, wealthy, charming, and a member of the powerful Dalton family. She fell in love in an instant. 6 months later, he's brought her to Idlewood, his family's isolated winter retreat, to win over his skeptical relatives. Stay away from Connor Dalton. Theo has tried to ignore the threatening messages on her phone, but she can't ignore the footprints in the snow outside the cabin window. On a strange sense of familiarity she has about this place. That's it. That's all we're gonna read for now. Okay, and then the two other books, like I said, I really want to read All the Colors of the Dark this month by Chris Whitaker. This is so long, though, you guys. I've never encountered a thriller that's freaking almost 600 pages. But everybody says this book is amazing. So we're reading The Great Alone, reading All the Colors of the Dark, and we're reading The Bright Years. So this book and The Great Alone, Felicia really wants me to read both of these. So we're going to read both of them. I try to read a couple of her recommendations every month. There's actually one more that I'm forgetting that's a physical one that I literally just bought. Okay, so we're going to read this. I think I read the synopsis for this like a month or two ago, so I don't feel like reading it again. Yeah, you're just going to... It's about it like a serial killer, I believe, and like a damaged family and all of that, so I'm here for it. And then the other one is one that Becca's been wanting me to read for a long time, and it's called Splintered by A.G. Howard. I've had this book for way too long. I really just want to read it, and I really just want to read another Disney retelling. So since I read Seven Deadly Thorns finally last month, this is another Disney retelling story, because Seven Deadly Thorns was like, I wouldn't say that inspired by Snow White. I think I would say more loosely inspired by it, because it was still like its own story. So this one is inspired by Alice in Wonderland, and it says, Alyssa Gardner hears the thoughts of plants and insects. She hides her delusions for now, but she knows her fate. She will end up like her mother in an institution. Madness has run in her family ever since her great-great-great-grandmother, Alice Liddell, told Lewis Carroll her strange dreams, inspiring his classic Alice Adventures in Wonderland. But perhaps she's not mad, and perhaps, can I speak? Carol's stories aren't as whimsical as they first seem. So this one, they're like interconnected standalones, because it is part of a series, but they're all complete standalones because they're all based on like a different grim tale. So I think this one, are they all based on Alice in Wonderland? Let me look it up, because he looks like the Mad Hatter on this cover. Because there's 4 books or 5 books in the series, but I'm just going to read this one. I don't have any interest in continuing it. Because it's not like you have to like read all of them. And this is the first book in the series anyway. Okay. Actually, I think they're all Alice in Wonderland. But I'm not going to continue it. There's one based on the Queen of Hearts, but he's a guy, and there's one that she's getting married, apparently. Like, Alice is getting married. And then there's one based on the Mad Hatter. But honestly, like, it doesn't bother me if I don't read these. So I just want to read the first one. So yeah, so we're going to read this. Very excited for that one. I've had it on my TBR for way too long, so it needs to get read. And then the last one, I just bought this now. So again, it could have technically counted for a book I just bought. But I want to read this because everybody's reading this right now, and I really want to see what the hype is about. So it's called Conform by Ariel Sullivan. So YA or like dystopian books are making a comeback, and I really want to read this because I really want to read a new dystopian. And this was 50% off at Barnes, so I just bought it. So it says, in the far future, one young woman becomes torn between 2 loves and 2 sides of a rebellion. In the first... Oh my god, why do I keep on reading the rest? This is what I mean about being forgetful and doing things I don't normally do. A lifelong outcast, 27-year-old Emmeline spends her days alone, sorting ancient art for destruction. Centuries after a catastrophic war nearly decimated humanity. Oh my god, can I speak? Society is now ruled by an elusive and technologically advanced group called the Illum, who constantly monitor the population's health and mandate procreation contracts. Okay. Kind of sounds like Children of Men. But her bleak existence is shattered when, for the first time in decades, an alum named Colin takes a mate, Emmeline. Okay, cool. That sounds good. I don't think there's anything on. Oh, there is. Okay, that's pretty. Like that there's a little moon thing. Okay. Yay. So this is my TBR for February. It's a little bit more manageable looking because the whole series again of Red Queen isn't on here, but so that's would be 13 physical books, including Red Queen. So since it's February, I read a lot, so only I could hold this like to actually like sip it. Like how cute is that? But I use it for like TBR prompts and stuff. It's just so cute. I couldn't resist buying it when I did. Oh, here's the YA fantasy prompt, but I already know I'm completing this one, so I'm gonna put that in the prompts that are already done little tin that I put all the prompts in. But I'm glad that they're all in the jar now, so now we can go through more. But I'm glad we picked 10. I'm feeling really good about my picks this time. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know what's on your TBR for February. I would love to know if you've read any of these books, if they're on your radar. Let me know. Nobody ever does, but I still ask. So yeah, please like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at TBW819 and check out my Goodreads and my TikTok. I post a lot of book content on TikTok. And also, I review every single book that I read on Goodreads, so you should go check it out. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and keep reading. Stay warm. It's fucking freezing outside, and bye! Okay, so hey there, guys. So I'm back for just a minute or two. I forgot to say, what my book club was that I'm a part of now. I've actually been a part of this book club for a few months, but we never actually like completed a book together because the girl that runs it, it's on Facebook. It's a Facebook group and it's called the Perfect Book Club, like perfect, like cat themed, which is so cute because she has a cat. And this girl is like really good friends with one of my best friends, Becca, that I've mentioned on this channel like multiple times. And Becca told me that I could, join her book club on Facebook. And I was like, okay, that sounds cool. But I was like, I wasn't sure if I was going to join a book club because I had like a lot of books to read at the time. But I was like, okay, let's do it. But I don't think we've read a book together yet because the girl that runs it, her name is Carolyn. She's been trying to get like more people involved and read the books with everybody. But again, none of us have read a book together yet. So we did read our first book together though in January, which was Rings of Fate by Melissa Dela Cruz. And I ended up loving that book. I think only 3 of us read it though. I'm not sure how many other people did. My best friend Becca is supposed to read it too, but she's been kind of going through a reading slump, so she hasn't read it yet. Sorry, it's my sister. Give me 1 second. She finally answered me back. Okay, sorry. So anyway, she wants to read like more, like book of the month books. So we picked We Who Will Die, by Stasia Stark, because that was in book of the month, like I think in November. And again, since it was a vampire book, it's perfect for that prompt. And then the other thing I wanted to say is that I said I was going to talk about Domcom as like the newest book that I bought like right before I had drew the prompt that said book I just bought. And then I literally talked about that book because that was the book that I had just bought at the time. And then the other one that I had just bought today was Conform. But again, since I had already picked the prompt, and I think the authors' names are very similar for those books too, which is really funny. Because Dom-Com is by someone named Adriana, and then Conform is by a girl named Andrea. So I thought that was funny too. Let me just look up Dom-Com one more time. Why is this so bright? No, not Don-Com. What are you doing, dummy? Adriana Anders. So, yeah, I just think that's funny. But anyway, that's it. So yeah,